Hello everyone, you're welcome. This is Kingsley from KingspetDesigns. If you're just joining me for the first time, please ensure you subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit on the notification bell so that you get notified each time I upload new video. Welcome to another Elementor Pro tutorial. In this series of tutorial, I've actually been walking you through how teaching you everything you need to know about all the whole Elementor Pro elements. Like you can see, these are the elements. In the first one, we actually showed how to make use of your nav menu. Then I actually now move on into show you how to make use of your slides. So now in this particular tutorial, in this particular video, I'm going to be showing you how to make use of your animated headlines. Now I'm going to be inserting this somewhere. So now I can actually create a different section like this and just create a different section and just insert my this in there. But right now in this part, I'm just going to insert it anyway I want here. So I'm just going to insert it here because I actually want to make use of some of the text under it. So now I'm going to insert this here. So now you can actually insert yours in anywhere you want it to be. You might decide to make use of it maybe on this particular site to just be like an intro. But for the sake of this tutorial, all I actually want to show you is just how to work with the settings of this particular animated headlines. So now I'm going to, if you come to this animated headline now, if on the content, you can actually see that it has several things. You can see on the style here, we have it as highlighted. Now you can actually, you may want it to be rotating. If you select rotating, it actually differs. The way you are going to see it, it actually differs from the way it's going to be. So now this is actually on rotating. If I select highlighted, this is how it is. So now on highlighted, now I'm going to work on it separately so that I will show you how it looks like. Then when you on this highlighted, now if I should come to, I'm going to insert the first text. You can see like on this one I'm having it. This is an amazing. Now amazing is where we have the stress. This is any of the text I actually want to highlight, the highlighted text. I'm going to insert it in this particular side. If I should add anything here, those are what is going to be highlighted. So now I'm going to leave it as amazing as it is there. This is an amazing. Then if I want to add any text after it, I can put it here. This is an amazing website. This is an amazing website. So I can, so now my stress actually here is actually on the amazing. So now if I actually want this amazing to actually link to somewhere, I can now enter the link here. So when someone clicks on this amazing, it's actually going to take the person to that particular link where you insert. Now I can decide to make this to be from the side, this other side, or from, I'm going to leave mine at the center just for just showing you this. So now that is what we have here on this particular one. So now when you are using the highlighted, now you can see on the highlighting, now you can see it was a circle because it's a circle here. Now what if I can decide to make use of coils. You can see how this one looks like. You can see on the line is going to actually underline it. You can see double underline. You can see zigzag is going to be in form of a zigzag. So you can actually diagonal, going to just like crossing it, then strike through. So X is going to like cancel it. But you can actually just pick anyone you want to make use of. Then probably come to where you have the styles and start styling how you want it to actually be shape to actually look like, how you want it to look like. You can actually select it from here. So now I'm going to go back to here now. That is that for that of the highlighting. When it is on highlighting, that is how this one actually displays. So what if I was actually using rotating? This is where the main trick here is. When I'm using rotating, is rotating actually has a special feature here. We have, this is a bigger website, this is a, so now I can decide to use, okay, let me pick something from what we have from our website. Now let me say we specialize let me say we specialize in, let me say, now what you're going to note, I'm going to come to this particular one later on, but let me just, I've added my starting text. Now this text here are any, each line of this is going to display, that is where any text I want to, for it to actually highlight or to make give emphasis on, that is where this is it, where I'm going to put it here in a different line. Like for example, I might decide to, okay, we specialize in, then let me say I'm picking this hematology, then we specialize in cardiology. Cardiology. Now we specialize in can. So each line, like now, if I should join this together, you are going to see that it's going to pick. That's, this other one is going to be longer. So it's going to insert all the whole text here. But I don't want it to be that way. So I'm going to remove this last one. So each one, each item is going to fall on a different line. So neurology or orthopedic. So just insert all you want on a different line. If you actually need to enter another different thing, you can actually, let me say, I want to also add pediatric, pediatric, and maybe inpatient care, inpatient care. So I can just decide these are what I want. They are all on a different line. Anything I want, I'm going to insert it on a different line. So now maybe here I'm going to add, this is the what I'm going to add to it. We specialize in this, in this. So now if I need to link it to anywhere, I'm going to insert the link on this particular site. I can decide to do away with this if I don't, in case I don't want it to have actually anything at the end. I can decide to do away with it. It's going to remove that particular text from there. So now I can decide to make it, I showed you this, to make it either from this side or, so it's just depending on how you want it, where you want it to be. So now we're now going to come to where you have this on typing. This is actually typing. That's how I, now it can be flip. On flip, you are going to go and see how it's actually going to display when you are having flip. You can see how it's, this is how it is on flip. Now what if it, I on clip, I mean, then on flip is actually going to flip the text. This is how it flips the text when it is on flip. Now what if it was on this? This is how this other one displays. You can just try all these things, you will see how all of them actually displays. So now I can decide to use, this is how this one displays. It's going to change this way. So I drop down, so you can just wave. It's going to just, now we have slide, you're going to just be sliding in, and we have slide down, it's going to come from the top. So that's just how it actually looks like. So I can decide to pick anyone I want to actually use. In this case, I want to use this particular one for my own. So now I'm now going to go ahead to the styling. On the styles, now I'm going to style it how I want it to actually look like. I can now click on my style, then come to where I have the color. I can decide to pick a color for my, you can see my text color. This is my text color. Now what color, let me say, okay, let me give this, make this total black. Now on my headline is black. On the animated text, on the animated text, I want the animated text to be blue. So this is how it looks like. So now we have our animated text and this. So now you can actually set a different font for that of the animated text. I might decide to use banana for this, and maybe for this one I might decide to use something like area. So you can see, you can just use two different fonts there. I can also decide to maybe change the size of the text. Maybe I want to use this. Maybe the size of this should be, let me say, the size of this should be 20, or let me say 30. The size of this, let me say it should be 30. Let me make it 40. The size of this should be 40. Then on this, the animated should have its own. It's actually the same, but I can now insert the weight. Maybe I want the weight to be 900. It's going to be very thick on that particular side, so I can transform that of that upper to uppercase. So all of them on that particular one, in on that particular highlight, is going to be on uppercase. So I can decide to give its own lettering spacing, or leave it the way I'm going to leave it. The default way is actually is. So I'm going to, that is just play along with all this thing. You are going to see it's actually a little bit fun trying to work with all this, the same thing, all the styles, usually the same way we normally apply it. Now you can now come to, when I come to where we have, I'm going to do something. You can see on this, I'm only having headline and animated text. These are just what it allows us to do, work with. Now, what if it was on highlighted? You are going to see that it gives us room for more things. So now I can now actually now bring this. You can see bring to the front. If you're still watching this video and you've not yet considered subscribing to my channel, please hit on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that you get notified each time I upload new video. Let me see. Headline, you can see this was actually what. Now on this one it has shape, so I can decide to increase the width of the shape how I want it to be. I can decide to make this shape bring to front. I can decide the edges should be rounded edges. Now I can decide that's probably, if I was to be using something, it's going to be rounded edges on the line curly, because the edges are rounded. But if I should move it from, it might be a bit sharp. The edges will be a bit sharp. If you can actually notice it, that's you, if you look at it very well, that's where you are going to see it. So I'm going to return it. Let me say, okay, I was using X. Now if I was using X, you can see it's actually on the top. If I should come here and say bring backward, it's actually at the back. Same. If I should click bring to front, you're going to see the strike is from the front. If I undo it, is actually from the back. That just, you can just play along with all this, but this is especially how you can actually work on all these things. You can actually make use of it to create your website how you want it to look like. So I believe you might have, this is where I'm actually going to stop in this particular video. I believe you might have actually learned how to make use of your animated hairline very well. So you can actually make use of it and style it how you actually want it to look like, and actually use it in creating your website. So until next time, bye for now.
Just one.